How's it going, guys? Mike here once again. I've noticed that that's just my tagline altogether. I'm here once again with Stephanie, and today we're going to be doing the top 5 under 5 on Friday for top 5 crime dramas.
Dude, that's so well.
Thanks. Appreciate it. I love compliments. It goes right to my head. Yeah, that is why my hair is so big. It's all ego. I'm like Samson. Not the dog. Okay. So number 5 for me. You're gonna disagree with this, but it's American Hustle. I loved that movie.
I hated it so much.
I think I loved it because I went in with such low expectations. Because you shit talked it to me for so long.
I did. I went in with such high expectations.
That's why.
So
you probably went in with high expectations because Amy Adams was talking about her kissing scene with Jennifer Lawrence. I loved it. I loved the twist. I loved Bradley Cooper because someone actually told me that I reminded them of Bradley Cooper's character, and I watched the movie and was like, hey. That's an insult. He's a chump. He got fooled by everyone. He did. Jennifer Lawrence played that white trash
She did so well.
It is awesome. Christian Bale, I literally understood that he felt bad, but there was nothing he could do at that point when setting up Jeremy Renner. I love the movie. Very disagreeable though. Number 4, let me double check that real quick. Number 4, Scarface. That's probably arguably a dumb decision to keep it at number 4. I only saw the movie recently, actually, and Tony Montana is dope.
It's like the most iconic role.
I didn't realize that was Michelle Pfeiffer, though. I just read that recently. I've noticed a lot of songs keep mentioning Michelle Pfeiffer. I'm like, why is she such a hot topic right now? So I Googled her. I was like, yeah, I can see why.
Not even for Catwoman?
I forgot that was her. She's the kind of face that just blends in after a while to me. I don't know. She was great in the movie, but why is it Al Pacino? Wow, that's bad.
That's embarrassing.
But Al Pacino, man, like he was a badass, and even that end scene with his sister coming in, like, bam, hits you right in the mouthpiece. Love that movie. Arguable though for it to be at number 4, but you know what? I do genuinely enjoy that movie. I hope they remake it though, but rather than it being one movie, 3 parts.
Yeah, I can
because
see that.
they jumped forward 3. I think it's at least 3 years at least, but it jumped so much that I want to see more about that development, and I want to know more about everything that took place in that time to bring him up to this giant cocaine mogul, I guess, and his demise. I love the movie though. I kind of wish he would have lived.
Yeah, well, can't always get what you want.
Number 3 is The Departed.
Oh, good.
Great movie.
Yes.
Kind of movie that the ending pisses you off, but I love the rat at the end though.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's necessary though for all the characters to die.
Yeah, way to spoil it, but spoiler alert, sorry.
It's been out for like years.
Yeah, I didn't see it until recently.
Yeah, well.
But what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio's character was awesome. Like, it got to the point where I didn't know, watching the movie, I didn't know who was screwing who over anymore.
Yeah, because they kind of like blended it all together and you're like, okay, but he is, and then
he's working for him, but really working for him, and then Matt Damon working for him and working for him. I couldn't tell at one point, like, who was the good guy, who was the bad guy?
Wahlberg.
Mark. I hated him until the very end. Yeah. Number 2 is Goodfellas, another movie I just saw recently, because one of my favorite customers at work kept recommending it to me over and over again. I loved it. It was the kind of movie that there's so many punchlines that are still iconic to today. Yeah. And everyone in it was great. What's his name? De Niro's in that, right?
De Niro, Joe Pesci.
Yeah, Joe Pesci is in it. Yeah, I love the cast. Typical, like, they did the Italian really well. Even though De Niro's not even fully Italian, you believe that he's Italian.
You always, like that's
yeah, because he plays the mob so well, and he's not even Italian. I think he's like a quarter Italian.
Probably, that makes sense.
But yeah, it was a great movie. I didn't see it until recently, but I love the dynamic between all the characters. Joe Pesci's character kills me. I love him in that movie.
He's so good.
Number 1 is The Wolf of Wall Street. Freaking amazing movie. Kind of movie that you don't even care that it's 3 hours long.
I kind of cared.
I didn't care at all that it was 3 hours long. I love that movie.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
It was.
I know that very few scenes were over-exaggerated. The thing was they considered the dwarf tossing, but didn't actually do it. And the car that he was driving was not actually that nice. It was a nice car, but it wasn't as nice as what he was driving. I believe that was like the very few things that they actually over-exaggerated for the movie.
Yeah.
The helicopter crash, all that was legit.
Which is like when you're seeing it and you don't know the story, you're like, that didn't happen.
Yeah, I almost needed. I wish they would have done like what Michael Bay did for Pain and Gain, where he stops and reminds you.
This is a true story.
That's not a Scorsese thing to do. Scorsese's like, here's a effed up story. Departed was Scorsese as well. Goodfellas was too, wasn't it? It may be. I don't know. Might be. Don't quote me on that. Maybe quote me on that. Not 100% sure. Jonah Hill was like a completely different character than I've ever seen him as. Too. Love that movie. DiCaprio kills it. Makes me want to know what Quaaludes are. I noticed in quite a few mob movies they mention Quaaludes now. Cool. Didn't know what they were. Interesting movie. Excuse me. I want a sequel though because after he got out of jail, he did more stupid shit. So I want to know what else he did. I'm curious.
Maybe another 3 hours long.
Another 3 hours. I'm okay with it. Alright, that is the top 5 crime dramas. We will see you guys later.